All right, so this is now day number 3 of our new Panda Corey / baby fish fry incubation, and everything is still going swimmingly in here, and we actually have an official light zip tied up to the top of this thing so we can turn it on and off at any time we want. Off, on, pretty cool. And yeah, all the fry are doing fantastic so far. So what we're doing here is we're going through the bottom of the tubs that actually have babies in them with a turkey baster, trying to clean up any old food or any poop, any debris, things like that. And this is also our way of doing a water change as well. So while cleaning up the bottom of the tanks with the turkey baster, we're also removing some water. And then what we'll do in order to put some fresh water back in is we'll get some water from another tank. So that way we're putting tank water back inside. And this is all the gunk that we scooped up out of there. The reason why we're using a turkey baster instead of a siphon is because this whole setup is already low to the ground, and where your siphon is putting water out has to be lower. So it's a very small gap. It works, but it doesn't work very good. I already tried, trust me. So the turkey baster is working pretty good for this setup right here. But yep, this is all the gunk we got out of there. And now we're gonna fill back up with tank water. So we're gonna give these little fry a quick bite to eat. We're gonna give them some Repashy First Bite gel that we made just the other night. So we're just going to take a little tiny glop of Repashy gel and just drop it in there like so. We might even put another little tiny bite a little further down into the bin, so that way they have 2 different areas to eat off of. And the little fry will find this little clump of food and they will just completely attack it. It has all the nutrients and vitamins and stuff that they need. So I'll put another little glop in here. And there we go. That's one of their meals for the day at least. So eventually they'll find their way over here and they will start chomping away at that Repashy gel. Looks like all of our eggs hatched up in this one. This was that batch of 33 eggs I was talking about. And every single one of the eggs now has a tail on it. So they're still eating off their egg sacs. They don't need any food just yet, but they could move into tray number 3 in our little incubation habitat. So we're gonna move these guys in there once we get a little bit of this methylene blue out, and we're gonna see how they like it. All right, so here were those fresh fry from that 33 egg bit, and we're gonna put them into bin number 3 right now. So we're trying to get them in there. They are itty bitty though. That one just doesn't want to go. Come on, guy. And there we go. So all of our fresh Panda Corys, about 33 of them, are now in bin number 3. So we're gonna get some Java moss, and we're gonna put some Java moss in here so that way I have a place to hide, and we're gonna get them set up with an air hose. All right, so it's really hard to see because that snail's right in the way, but as you can see up at the very top of the cave, we have a ton of wrigglers. So this is our short fin Pleco cave, and we are about to extract these wrigglers and put them out into bin number 4 of our incubation setup. I know we said it was specifically for Panda Corys, but we're really excited with this first batch of Pleco eggs, and we want to see exactly how many babies we're dealing with. So we're going to pull these guys out and we're going to put them in a temporary bin number 4 until we get our permanent solution breeder box here in the mail in a couple days. All right, so we're gonna try to remove this cave. The male is right at the front of the cave, but I've seen videos that he's in the cave when you're dumping the babies out and nothing much comes from it. So we're gonna try to pick up the cave right now. Looks like he's coming with us. You always wanna tilt the cave up so that way the water stays in the cave. If he can get up, nope, he's gonna stay in. So we're gonna tilt the cave up so that way the water stays inside the cave, and we're gonna see if we can just dump it out into here. So you always want to fill it up and then dump it out. Fill it up, dump it out. Do this a couple times. And that should more or less be all of the babies. We'll shine a light in there real fast. Nope, there's still quite a few of them in there. So we'll see if we can get any more of them out. We don't want to disturb them too much, so we'll only do this a couple more times. And if we can't get them out, then we can't get them out. Still got about 6 of them in there. Wow, they just do not want to come out. All right, there's just one more. I know I said a couple more times, and I far exceeded that, but I want to get all of them. I want to save them all. There we go. We got every single one of them now. So now we're going to take Daddy, see if he can get back into the cave. Come on, Daddy. Might just have to pick him up by hand. You're stirring up all your babies. Come on. Come on, get back in the cave. Get back in the cave. All right, so we got all the babies in here. We're gonna count them up real fast. I have no idea how many there are in here, but I'm gonna say probably about 30 or 40 of them. A lot more than I thought. And we know for sure that there are definitely more babies in the Longfin cave than there are in this shortfin cave. So this was the shortfin plecos, and the Longfin plecos are still in egg form. They're not wrigglers yet. So we're gonna let those marinate for maybe another day or two, and hopefully we'll get some wrigglers out of them. And then we're gonna do the same process, and we're gonna count how many we got. All right, so we counted them all. There's 58 of them in here. There was 59, but unfortunately one of them didn't make it. I don't know if that's because it was, already dead, if we tilted the cave too much, if Daddy trampled it, what have you, but only one of them didn't make it. So we have 58 babies. And if you look, they all kind of pile up in the corner right here, pile up in the corner over there. That's completely normal. That's natural for them to all pile up on top of each other. And they're gonna do that for a couple days. It makes them feel a little safer, all being, together in a little nest. And the reason why they do it for a couple days is because they don't need to scavenge, they don't need to eat. They're just gonna eat off these yellow yolk sacs for about 4 to 5 days. And after 4 to 5 days, they will start moving around and trying to find their own food. So they'll move from their little ball and they'll move around this little bin and look for food. And at that point, we'll start feeding them some various foods. But for now, we're gonna get these guys into their climate control, bin number 4. And they will be sitting pretty right there at that temperature. And we're gonna get some air in there. And with that, we will leave these guys alone for about 3 to 4, maybe even 5 days until we start seeing the yellow egg sacs go away. And once all of the yellow is gone and the only thing left is the actual fish itself, that's when we'll start getting more involved and start feeding them constantly. Uh-oh, our longfin eggs are starting to hatch. We got some wrigglers in there as well. And that is not a good thing. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot more long fins than there are short fins. We know that for sure because the clutch is bigger. But we already are at all 4 of our containers filled up. So where are we gonna put these ones? We might just have to leave them in the tank and let nature do its course in there, because yeah, Daddy is definitely taking care of these wrigglers. So I'm not concerned if Daddy's gonna do anything to harm the wrigglers. I think they're gonna be perfectly safe in here by themselves. Unfortunately, we won't be able to count them unless we pull them out, but oh well. Might just have to leave them in here and let nature take its course. There's no predators in this tank, so if the babies end up leaving the cave after they're done with their egg sac in a couple days, they're not going to get eaten. We have some guppies in the tank, and that's strictly just to have some fish swimming around the surface in order to make the plecos feel safer, because as bottom feeders that the plecos are, if there's no fish swimming above them, they're going to feel like a predator's in the water in the wild, so they're not going to feel comfortable. So you always want to have at least a couple top swimmers, and that goes for any bottom feeder fish. Panda corys, could be any kind of corydora, any kind of pleco, any kind of bottom feeder. You want something swimming above them to make them feel more comfortable, but guppies are not going to eat the fry. So no predators. We might just end up leaving these guys in here, but I definitely want to know what number we have of babies. All right, so we put the male and the cave back into our 55-gallon, and I think it's gonna take him a couple hours to figure out that all of his kids are gone now, but I'm sure he's in a little bit of shock right now, but we got plenty of other females in the tank. We just fed them some rapashi, and yeah, they're going crazy. We actually need to clean this tank. You can see all the brown stuff in the water and quite a bit of brown stuff right here we need to clean up. So I didn't want to do too much cleaning while this guy was fanning and sitting on his eggs, because again, this is our first time having our plecos spawn. So I wanted to make sure that they were comfortable. We didn't want to do anything crazy to disturb them, and I wanted them to take their eggs all the way to hatching, and he did. So now that he's done with that, before we get our next spawn, I want to make sure I go through and I want to clean all of this entire tank up and get it ready to go. We have a ton of these freaking mystery snails, and a friend of mine is going to take quite a few of them, probably about half of them, hopefully tomorrow. So we should be coming down on our snail population. Never again do I want to have this many snails. There's just far too many. But yeah, our male Plecostomus is still, I don't know if he thinks there's still eggs in there or what he's doing, but I'm sure he'll realize soon enough. He'll get some exercise, get some away time from the cave, clean it out, and prep it for the next female, because we have 3 females in this cave, so, or this tank, so he's gonna be ready soon enough. What are you doing? Why are you scoping out our dirty green tank? We need to clean it, dude. We need to clean it. You should get away from it. You're scaring them. On the topic of our Longfin male over here, over in this cave, since he's just starting to get his wrigglers in there, I really want to see how many we have, but I shouldn't, because we don't have a place to put them. So we are going to be getting one of those fancy breeder boxes on Thursday this week. Today's Sunday, so about 4 days from now, where you put the breeder box up on the side of the tank right here, and you pump water into the breeder box, filters through the box, goes into a sponge filter on this side, and then gets pushed back into the tank. So this breeder box that we're getting is going to be constantly circling the water, so that eliminates the need to fill it up and take water away and manually change it. So all we need to do is make sure we keep it clean. So unfortunately, these wrigglers are probably going to get out of the cave by the time we get that box. So it is what it is. We might miss it this time. If we get the box soon enough, then I'll definitely dump this cave out and count how many Longfins we have, because I'm very excited to see. So we've done a lot of things today. Moved some Panda Cory babies, especially moved these baby Plecos, and filled up our 4 bins inside of our incubation chamber. And we're going to prep the 55-gallon or the short fin Pleco male that we pulled these babies from. We're going to clean the heck out of that tank tonight and get it ready for more spawning. Thank you again for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. And I'm sure we'll have some more Panda Cory videos coming your way soon, because they are getting ready to spawn. Peace.